So, as many of you know, Mariam Longe has been very involved in the issue of environmental sanitation, preservation. So she's been able to help us bring a hefty man, the Director, Technical Programs, Nigerian Conservation Foundation, Dr. Onaja Joseph Daniel, who will be discussing with us ecological restoration. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, ecological restoration, we know, is the assisting of the reviving of the damaged ecosystem. But this is Nigeria. There's been a lot of damage. Where do we even start from to begin to recover? Because somebody was here yesterday, was talking about there's some places that we shouldn't even be building at all. But unfortunately, we've totally taken up all this land. So now that we are where we are, how do we begin to retrace ourselves to help restore these ecosystems?
Yeah, we start from where we are. That's exactly, because ecosystem restoration is either you do something consciously or you allow what is already there to recover by itself. Because nature will always recover.
Okay, sir. So what exactly is the problem with our environment? Because if you don't know that you're sick, you may not be able to take medications. What is the problem and how can we begin to solve it? Okay.
First of all, we have to realize that we have destroyed the environment and it's getting to the level whereby it will not be able to perform what it ought to perform. We live in a very delicate balance. And I used to tell people, especially here in Lagos, the scenario is very clear for us in Lagos. The last rain that happened, I think, on the 14th or so of July is an example, very clear example. You see the rain that fell just 3 hours non-stop or so, and you see how everywhere was flooded. Now, that's because the wetlands that are natural buffer to absorb excess water when it rains, especially for a coastal town like Lagos, have been sand-filled by so-called lush houses, estates, and so on. So when it rains, and water always finds this level. Now it has gone to where it used to be. And this happens to be people's bedrooms and people's sitting rooms. And then submerging SUVs and so on. So at the end of the day, it just shows that the environment is sick and it's caused by us. So if we don't stop what we are doing, we'll continue to do more and more damage.
I was going to talk about the issue of recycling. So I've seen people have actually made attempts to recycle, but people don't understand the opportunities that avail in recycling at all. Could you give us some idea on how we can participate in the economy of recycling?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we all have different fortes, but I know some colleagues who work in that space and they do it very well. I think people like recyclers and so on, and substitute vibes. They all have their, they all have their space, but I say it's a very wide space, and much more people can go in. And people can make so much money out of it. And that's why we try to create awareness. The collection, they are very...
What are they collecting? Is it pure water? Is it bottle? What exactly are they collecting?
Some people are focused on just the plastic bottles.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have the plastic bottles. They just want to collect those ones. And then they have a way of recycling it. Even the Beverage Alliance also, I think they have a recycling plant here in Lagos. We had a program with Lagos State government said they are trying to establish a major recycling plant somewhere. Somewhere. So they are trying to do that, and it's an opportunity. And I think there is also a company that talks about using that to be able to fire their furnace or something. So there are different ways that can be used. So that's money just lying down for people to come out to be able to so the logistics just needs to be firmed up. And then it will be serious money spinner. I'm looking forward to a Lagos whereby when people see plastic bottles, they will rush to
scrambling for it.
Yeah, they'll be scrambling to pick it up. Yeah, we are getting to that stage. And then that's a component of ecosystem restoration. At least that's a part of not adding to the already existing program that we already have. Then you talk about habitat restoration in terms of allowing our green spaces to remain green. That is also very, very important.
I mean, there's the issue of cohabiting with these animals sometimes. You know, you see an owl in a tree, or you see a vulture, or you bind and cast. And because, I mean, recently I saw in the papers that somebody saw an elephant. I didn't even know elephant was black elephant, somewhere in Nigeria.
You know, and on the local government.
Yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, listen, yes, we are here now. We are here. Yes, the one is there. They would like to come back to their property, but we are here. What do we do where
Should we share?
Should we share? How do we share? What's the ideal? How do we cohabit with the animals?
Yeah, so in our field, we have what we call a human-wildlife conflict, which is something that we are dealing with. And that's because we have interfered in their space.
Okay.
Yes, we intruded in their space. And now living with them has become a challenge because there's
Sorry,
always...
where is our own space?
Yeah, well,
bless you.
Yeah, the thing is this.
Because you are sounding like it's only their space.
Now them
just
just
came
are
back.
they owners of the
aliens?
We met them here.
Okay, human beings met them
Yes,
here.
we met them
Okay.
here. So you see, we can cohabit as long as we can take just what we need.
Okay.
Yes, we don't take just what we need. For instance, someone wants to build a house. I will clear all the trees there. You don't have to, because all of these things play different roles. For instance, I talk about the owl. Some people don't know the important role that owls play. They control the population of rodents around our homes.
I need to import owls.
And the vultures also play a very important role because they clean up the carcasses around us so that we don't fall sick. So they reduce the health care costs, even for the government. Yeah, so it's very important. So you see, all of these things are interconnected.
I don't want to be seeing vultures at my window.
I want
They may not come as close to your window, but if you have them, if you have the habitats for big trees around, they will definitely stay there. But we've already cleared all the trees. I've already killed them. I've already destroyed their habitat. So it's coming back to affect us. Probably what we're experiencing, the high cost of living, high cost of healthcare, and so on, are directly related to what we have. They're related.
Definitely.
In fact, and again, a study has been shown that the SDG goals, 17 of them, 17 being the partnership one, they are all reliant on a healthy environment. First of all, then you talk about the society before you talk about prosperity. So it's the planet, people, then profit.